This is gonna be. That's yours, because clearly. Clearly, I'm not in the mix.
Not to see. There's nothing to. So you just gotta be careful. Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
Okay. Welcome to Tianna Bartoletta and Christian Taylor. It's a great pleasure to have you here, both Olympic champion of Rio and you're part of the favorites tomorrow, part of the big show in the Letzigrund Stadium. And Tianna, yesterday you had your birthday, and how is it to have the birthday being on the road on a meet like in Zurich? Whoa. What did you do?
Well, I love that my birthday happens around the Zurich meeting every year because this is one of my favorite Diamond League meets. They really do a good job of taking care of all the athletes and making us feel really good and special at the end of the season. So I really felt like I was reaching a point of celebration when I got here. And so Christian saying happy birthday, they had a cake for me. That was really nice. Yeah, I really enjoy being here. And it happens every year this time, obviously. So I've gotten used to having a birthday on the road.
Okay, and then in the evening, you have been on the kids clinic in Basel. You met there some young athletes, and I think you have also at home. You founded the Club 3060 development program. So I guess you enjoy to be together with young people.
Oh, I love children. I just. They still embody everything that I still try to have, like this fearless drive to just attempt anything. And last night at the kids clinic, I saw over 100 children just really going for it. And there were children who attempted to hurdle a hurdle taller than they were with no fear. And that's the kind of thing, that was my motto for Rio, to be fearless and to attack each jump and each round with zero apprehension. And children just remind me of that and really inspire me to continue that way.
When looking back to your career, you've been very young when you first won your first big medal, the gold medal 2005 at the World Championships, and now 11 years later you're back at your best. What has been or maybe was it good for your career to be on the top already that early, because there were also some downs afterwards?
Some downs. There were 7 years of downs. Just want to clear that up. I'm not sure. I will say that I don't have any regrets about going out there and winning a world championship at 19, but I didn't handle the success very well, and neither did the people who were around me at the time. And so, like you see a lot of child actresses go through kind of like this phase where they just don't really know what to do with their fame or their newfound success or even the money that they now have. I kind of went through the same thing. So it wasn't until I grew up away from the track and became an adult and met the right people and switched coaches to Reina and met my husband John that I really just started to work on myself as a human being. And then I was able to approach track and field with a more mature and professional attitude, and that has completely translated into these performances that you've been seeing over the last few years.
Okay. Tomorrow, very competitive field. What are your goals?
Okay, so tomorrow is like Rio 2.0, basically the same exact field. But here's the thing. I train all year for 2 meets, Olympic trials and the Olympic Games. And I did extremely well at both of those. And I feel like Zurich is more a celebration of those athletics and those athletes that were able to shine on that stage. So my number one priority is to have a good time and to celebrate the accomplishments that I've been able to achieve this season. And then the number 2 goal is to try to be as competitive as possible. I don't know if you know this, but I was quite busy during the Olympic Games with all those rounds and the surprise extra round of the relay. And so a little more tired than most of the other jumpers. So I just hope to have a good time, and hopefully my body's bounced back enough so that I can be more competitive this meet.
Christian, wir können auf Deutsch wechseln, oder für mich das Inter...
You forgot?
Huh? You forgot?
Oh, no. Sorry. No. Yeah, not very comfortable yet.
Okay. So you had a really great season, and you are also the leader in the diamond race. You're Olympic champion, and I think it was yesterday that you wrote on Instagram, "Last one, best one." So, what more is possible tomorrow?
Yeah, there's a lot left. But yeah, this is really a motto that's stuck with me since the University of Florida. In all my interviews, I try to give them a shout out. So this is my one plug. But it's now the pressure is gone, the stress and everything is, after the games. I can only do one event, and so I can't imagine what Tianna goes through. So I have to applaud her for that. But yeah, honestly, when I got on the podium, all the emotions came out, and then it was just relief that I could go to Zurich and as Tianna said, just have fun. This is a very special place for me. In 2014, I got to win the Diamond League final, come back 2015 and win it again. But this is with my new leg, and it was my personal best here, 17:51. And now I'm a lot more comfortable, as you know, and I know the crowd really can get into it, and that's really my hope for tomorrow, that they have as much fun as we can have, and we can all kind of jump together.
So it looked this season sometimes also that you need the pressure. You often jumped very well in the last attempt.
Yes.
So now the pressure is gone, but this is also... What is different now instead of before of the Rio? So you don't need this pressure, it seems, to jump well. So both ways are possible for you.
I think I've grown up a lot this year. I was constantly chasing. I needed, I needed a good push to raise my level, and now I've learned that sometimes you just have to focus on yourself and your training and just the entire process. But tomorrow, really, Tianna said, just go out there and just have fun, and I think once you take that pressure off yourself, that maybe you can really fly.
Okay. You're training in a group with Daphne Schippers, with the sprinter.
And with me.
And with you, yeah. So you're all together from different events. Bettina didn't told me that. What makes it? Is that also an interesting thing that you have this different kind of athletes? I mean, it's quite usual that athletes from different events train together, but how does that work?
Training with Sharandi, training with Tianna, it's a bit scary for me, especially training with Tianna because she's very, very fast, and so I can't have an off day. I have to always be on top, and I don't even bother getting into blocks or anything like that because I've seen many of my past teammates quit their careers because of it, and so I just you have to choose your battles. But the group is solid, and we do have a lot of fun. That's one thing we were really good at. We play music and we train hard, and when we step on the runway, it's very serious. There can be a lot of trash talking, and it's almost like a competition at practice. But as soon as we step off or brush the sand off, then it's again back to joking. So I think we have a very good balance, and we really feed off of each other.
Okay, so floor is yours. Any questions?
Sweet.
Oh.
Tianna, I'd like to know something about your last name. Is that your husband's last name, and is that Italian? Where does it come from?
So Bartoletta is Italian. It comes from the region of Calabria near Sicily. So don't mess with us.
You know exactly where? Which town?
I don't remember right now. Sorry.
What do you think the key has been for the U.S.'s continued success in the jumps? Do you think there's...
Well, the common denominator between the two of us is we have the same coach. Raina Ryder's a really good jumps coach. But I also think that we've gotten a lot faster, and we're training smarter, not necessarily harder. I feel like my training sessions, I struggled earlier in the year because I was kind of too fast for the runway, so I was having a lot of trouble getting my approach dialed in. But once it does get dialed in, even though it takes a while, it does give you a huge advantage over your competition if they're slower than you. Christian is also quite fast. I mean, he doesn't run open races, but he uses a lot of speed on the runway as well. And Henderson and a lot of our other jumpers could be extremely solid sprinters as well. Couple that with having the fearlessness to try to slow all that down once you leave the ground in the air, because that is quite scary to do at such high speeds. You can create huge jumps.
Yeah, kind of going along with that, if you had to provide a piece of advice to up-and-coming jumpers, whether it be high school or young collegians, what would that be?
I would, the biggest thing I would say is when you run into the board, don't slow down. Just keep pushing through the board. You run through the board every single time.
Yeah. Tianna hit on this with the clinic. Just keep that childlike mentality. I saw kids jumping barefoot yesterday, and yeah, I could never imagine doing that. But yeah, I was teaching the triple jump, and there was no fear, and so honestly, yeah, you have to be a bit crazy to do the jumps, because you have to run as fast as you can and try to take off from that, and so just try to keep that mentality. Don't try to overthink things, and yeah, just be as fast as you can.
Yeah, because 10.7 on a runway is really scary to go from that to jumping straight up in the air and try to remember all your air technique. It is a scary thing. And I think the thing that I was able to do in Rio very well was to just be like, this is the meat of all meats. There's no reason to hold back at all. So I was completely fearless and able to put it together.
Other questions?
Christian, last year I remember you were here with Greg Rutherford speaking about having a competition in his backyard. I saw you recently did one with a standing leap. Were you invited? Would you have liked to go? Or do you do standing leaps or jumps?
Yeah, we do. Yeah, even in Birmingham this year, I did some standing long jump competition with Tianna, and yeah, she was a little too close to me, and then I started actually reevaluating my training. She's a phenomenal jumper, but there should still be some space. And yeah, embarrassingly, it was maybe 2 centimeters, 3 centimeters different. So that's how close it was. I would for sure want to do that, because yeah, I'm always looking forward to any kind of change in the sport, any kind of fun activities like this. I think the timing of his competition interfered with one of the meetings I had to go to. But yeah, I'm never against street competitions. I love Newcastle, backyard competitions, whatever it may be. But obviously, my first priority is the Diamond League.
So, according to this, you were really close, but then you're saying that she's faster than you on the runway, and that is important. So, why do you think? She's faster, but even from standing, she's better than you.
Yeah, she's I can't squat, deadlift, anything like this. Tianna's incredibly. Yeah, I wish. No, you guys won't see it, but if you guys could see the day-to-day training, the work ethic, the mentality. I mean, she smiles up here, but she's an animal when it comes to training. And so that's why I say I have to be careful. And she keeps me very sharp, and so it is really a privilege to be able to train with her and even witness these crazy things, because she has that childlike mentality that, yeah, if I can do it, why can't I? And I'm saying, well, yeah, I've jumped 18 meters, and she's, yeah, so why can't I? So that's the kind of things that go on every day.
But that's exactly why having a training group like this is important. And you asked earlier about training with Daphne and stuff. It's true. Like Daphne's run 21 seconds, but when I lined up with her in a 150, I was ready to win. Like I was ready because that's the kind of mentality you just have to have in this sport. I don't know that a lot of athletes do because they put a lot of limitations on themselves, but there are no limits, especially if you push and you have a good group around you, and we have that.
If there are no more questions, I thank you very much for this interesting talk and wish you all the best for tomorrow. So hope that the last one is the best one.
Yes.
And we will have few radio and TV interviews out there and good preparation for tomorrow. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Dankeschön.
Danke.